Yeah, same as me now.
Here we go. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, buenas tardes, wherever you may be around the world. We are back. I said I'd be back, even though we were here yesterday. Welcome to the Arsenal Man City Community Shield preview. And with me today, once again, I've got my guy Brezzy. How are you doing, Brezzy?
Yeah, not changed since yesterday, so all good, man.
That's good. That's good. You feeling up for this one today?
Yeah,
Feeling
I think we've got the players at the back. I don't think Rice will get into that in a minute. But yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think we can win it. I'm not particularly worried about Mascara at the moment. So we'll see. My
yeah,
words
yeah. I know. Yeah, because oh, big up to Chris. Big up. Well, you know what I mean. And I tell you what, I always say to people, man, sub to this guy, man, knows his stuff. A whole heap of sports. And if you want to talk to him about Carlisle, he'll tell you everything in his with his crystal ball what's happening at Carlisle. Everything that he said in the last few years was happening at Carlisle is happening. And I think and you Carlisle fans out there, you know, if you know Chris, listen, hear what he's saying. He's not just talking BS. Listen to the guy because things aren't going well down there, and listen to him. You know what I mean? So yeah, for the Shield today, I mean, it's not at Wembley, unfortunately.
Nope. Cardiff.
I must admit, I probably would go. I would have gone if it was at Wembley because I heard that there were tickets. There were still quite a few tickets available. I don't know if it's all sold out now, but Cardiff, the Principality Stadium.
Yep.
I'm still used to calling it the Millennium Stadium, but but yeah, it's we've had some success there as well in the past in the FA Cup as well. What we won? What did we won? We won. We had. Let me get this right. 4 cup finals and we won 3 of them.
Yeah.
And
So good luck
yes,
for today.
you know, and we had some Shield wins there as well. I've been there a couple of times, and yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day out. Really good day out there. But
Yeah, it's a really good place to go.
yeah, you've been there before, haven't you?
Yeah. I've been there for a night. I've been there for last weekend and also for football, so it's definitely a good place to go.
Yeah. Oh, 100% it is. 100%. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, but for me, it's I look at this as it's like a friendly for me, and I know Shield games in the past have always been competitive. Uh, what's your thoughts today? How do you think the manager will set up? Do you think we'll actually play football today, or do you think it's because it's Manchester City, even though there's no Pep? Do you think Arteta will do what he does against sides like City and Liverpool and just sit back and let them have the ball? And what's your thoughts?
Well, so long as we go through the whole game without having an ACL injury, I'll be more than happy with that. After what happened last time with Timber. Um,
Yeah,
I think he has to. I think he's going to have to go for strength because obviously we start with Coventry next Friday. So pre-season in my eyes is over. He now needs to start. Obviously, his main squad the squad that he's going to start with probably on Friday. So I do expect a full strength. Also, depending on injuries, I don't think Saka or Rice will probably even have a feature in the game. I think he will rest them for another week because obviously Rice has had so much game time. He needs the rest. So does Saka. So my starting 11 is going to be a bit different. So yeah, I've got 11. So we'll get into that.
yeah, we're there. 100%. We'll get into that. You know what I mean? I mean, for me, Rice and Saka, I, you know what? It's a tough one because I I wouldn't have them start the game today. I wouldn't have them start, but I would want them to feature at some way. Just get a bit of minutes in, but then, it's really tough because you cannot just thrust them into a Coventry City game, if you know what I mean.
Well, my
You
my
know,
my slight issue with that is obviously if you, especially with the amount of games that Rice and Saka played over the last season, plus also during the World Cup, even if they get, I'm not saying that they can't do 20 minutes here or there, but one of the thinking is that 20 minutes that they get a bit of game time and a hamstring goes or a calf goes or God forbid an ACL goes, that's two key players. I'm not saying both of them will be gone, but what I
yeah,
would do, I would certainly rest him on cotton ball, give him plenty of massages, get the legs definitely kind of back to 100%, and then I'd beat them in again. I would say, okay, well, Coventry, 10 minutes before the 90, you'll get a bit of game time. Next game, 20 minutes, because obviously they need the rest. I wouldn't expect them to be back to playing starting 11 until after the international. If I'm honest, well,
yeah,
I wouldn't anyway, but that's me.
yeah. No, I hear you, and you know what, and at the end of the day, that's your opinion, and I respect your opinion, as you know. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's you know what I mean. It's just yeah, you see, that's what worries me going into the season. Really, is the keeping everyone fit. It's you know what I mean. It's well, it is our biggest concern, really. But I don't really
I
count this
mean,
trophy, to be honest. It's for charity, and I would love to use the trophy as play for my roast dinner. uh, it was big for Palace to win the last season. Definitely, it was big, and I think we look at it differently. I mean, in the end of the day, it is. You can count it as a trophy because I know I think it's up to you. It's up to anybody really. If you don't count as a trophy, you don't count as a trophy. You count as a friendly, you count as a friendly. If you count as a trophy, you count as a trophy. You know what I mean? But it's just you always want to win the curtain raiser. You know what I mean? Before the start of
yeah,
the season to get you in the groove for the season. So yeah,
100%.
yeah, I know, mate. I know. It's just I haven't seen your highlights yet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But
Funny
also
enough, when
think,
the top team loses Community Shield, they tend to still have good season. Liverpool 2020 lost Community Shield. There's a few others. You know what I mean? So, hold on, Brezzy. I'm just going to go through what Chris is saying, and then I'll let
that's
you
fine.
carry on. I do think the lineup to date will be a lineup versus Contra Friday. I don't know. I don't know about that, but let me just go through this last one, and then I'll ask you, Brezzy, about that. Everyone's final preseason game, so they would start the strongest lineup. Yeah, you expect to, but like I said, I'll be very surprised if Rice and Saka start today, though. But but Brezzy, what Chris was saying here. Do you think
Yep.
today's lineup would be the lineup for Coventry on Friday?
Um, I would imagine so. I think like I said, preseason for us, in my opinion, is over. So this game is, you play your starting 11 or your strongest starting 11. Obviously, that is available to you. So obviously, Rice, Saka, I would have them in the stadium. They could be on the bench, but I wouldn't have them anywhere near the game. I'd just go like, nope. Um, But yeah, I think it has to be a strong team, and I think it'll be the team that will play against Coventry. There might be a few rotations by that game, just so you like Martinelli might come in or Jesus, depending on what happens between now and then the window. But yeah, I would definitely say it would be the strongest team that we've got so far. It has to be. It's Man City. We can't mess around.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, I'm totally. Um, yeah, it's. I mean, for me, two players in particular who could probably start today, and I want your takes on both of them. We'll
Yep.
talk about the both of them, and that's Bruno G
Mm-hmm.
and Christos Solis.
Yep.
Do you think these two will start today?
Well, if I talk about that, it's going to go into my starting 11. So I'm going to wait until I
Well,
release that first.
okay. Okay. No worries.
But
We'll
yes, I
get
do
to that
think
anyway.
I do think they'll have a feature today. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. And as for Man City today, what cup of City do you think we're up against today? I mean, they've got a new manager bounce.
Yeah.
They've they still have the nucleus of the players over there last season. I mean, Rodri. I doubt Rodri's playing today because I think he's still deciding, isn't he, whether or not it'd be a case of going Barcelona or going to Real Madrid. I mean, me personally, I think he will go Barcelona. I don't
I
know.
think so too.
I
Yeah.
haven't checked their news yet, but how do you think City would line up today?
I think they're going to go strong as well. Again, I think Mascara would want to see how his the strongest 11 is going to go. Obviously, depending on players that are available to do to the World Cup. But I think it's going to be two kind of heavyweight teams going to go at it, which is why I'm quite looking forward to it because it's kind of like an earlier Premier League game for me, I think. So yeah, I definitely reckon Haaland's going to be in. Semenyo is probably going to be in. Just trying to think. Diaz, obviously Stones has gone to Inter. Silva's obviously gone.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see kind of who they line up with. Obviously, Reynolds has obviously gone to Saudi. So they got Foden and obviously they got Haaland. So it's been interesting to see how Mascherano's going to line up because it's going to be different from how Pep was. So that'd be the interesting thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be. It will be very interesting how they set up. I actually think that one player who, actually two players who I know would definitely start today. It'd be Semenyo and Doku, I think, because the form both of them showed towards the end of the season. For them, those two players in particular, I thought they did all they could to try and win this title, and at least they came away with deservedly so with two domestic cups. You know what I mean? So
I have the predicted City lineup. If you want me to read it out.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is based on FootMob. So Donnarumma, Nunez, Diaz, Gafario, Etnori, Kovacic, Gonzalez, Semenyo, Foden, Doku, and Mamouche, according to the app.
Okay. Well, we see with Foden as well. I think he's going to get another lease of life at City, a second lease. A second bite of the cherry, I suppose. Pardon?
I actually thought City were going to sell him because obviously Pep didn't really have much of a use of him. He was just more of a squad player. Whereas over seasons before, he was kind of not a starting man, but he was obviously on the first team pretty much all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure he signed a new deal though. I'm sure he signed one or he's going to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, but like I said, I mean, I personally think we should just go and attack them. I don't want us to play the way we did in the games against them last season. You know what I mean? And I just want us to show something else. You know what I mean? The City weren't at their best last season in games, and I always fancied us. I fancied us every time we played City. I fancied us even with the cup final. You know what I mean? So, but but it'll be interesting. It's just under 3 hours from now, and big up to Citizen. So, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'm good. Hope you're good. My long time brother. Big up to Gary. Hello. From my neighbor. Even though he lives in the States, he knows exactly what I mean. Yeah, Bruno Jean decided to start. I think these two new additions make up part of our strongest lineup currently. Yeah, that I'll have to agree with, because and that's something that I also want to talk about as well. to you, Brizzy. With regards to Solis, I mean, I'm sure he will start. But then, do you think the manager would go with Solis or Martinelli, who's still currently at the club? If we don't get a left winger, who do you think his starting left winger would be out of the two?
Good question. Good question. For me, from what I've seen in pre-season, I will go with Solis for now. Depending on obviously who then starts today, I think Martinelli kind of needs, I won't say a break, but what I will say is that he needs someone to challenge him. So I think if he puts Solis in and then he's starting left wing for now, that then gives Martinelli something to then aim towards and basically start grafting. I'm not saying he doesn't graft, but graft more to get into the starting 11, which then means we've got competition on the left now. Obviously, we was all hoping that we were going to get a marquee left winger where Martinelli would then obviously be sold and moved on. Obviously, that's clearly not going to happen this season. So, yeah, definitely Martinelli and Solis will be the left, but I think it'll be Solis that will start for me. That'll be today and Friday.
Yeah.
I do have an interesting take.
I'm with you on that.
I do have an interesting take on Martinelli, though. I do think that we might see him drift more centrally.
Yeah. You see, you hit the nail on the head because you see, for him, right, with Martinelli, I don't like seeing him as a left winger. He has shown in recent seasons when he's central things that he can do.
Yeah. Oh, signal's a bit gone.
The goal he scored against Japan in the World Cup, he took that like a centre forward. Yeah. So I mean he took that like a centre forward, and I was just like, really impressed with that. But then there's times where he hasn't had many games up top either. But I think what would suit Martinelli, right? For example, would be, say for example, this season, okay, he's still at the club, and we go with wing backs, and we go with 3 centre halves, right?
Yeah.
We go with a wing back formation, 3 centre halves, and then you used to play. You play two up top, just like what Emery used to do when he did the same thing, and to a T, Arteta did it as well in his first season with Lacazette and Aubameyang up front.
Mm-hmm.
You would then have to put Martinelli up front with, say, a Gyökeres or a Havertz, because he's always good. You got to have a target man when you're playing like three centre backs and the wing back system. I think Martinelli would be suited in that.
See, I think Havertz is more of a poacher. I think Gyökeres is more of a target man. Because obviously Kai is a centre mid and attacking mid. He can play striker, obviously, which was what we're using him for.
Yeah,
but he's not what I would class as a front man. If you have a good Gyökeres and then you have like a Kai who's then basically will sit behind who are on the corner ready to pounce, that's where I think Martinelli would be perfect. I think the best thing would be is like in a game where we can try it is get Martinelli inverted winger, and then have him as a 2 with Gyökeres, and then use that as a trial basis. But I do think he will be more than up front. I don't think he's a left winger. I think plus we need a young striker as well. I've been saying this in the group chat for pretty much all summer. We needed someone like an Endrick.
Yeah, I'd take him now. I'm a big Endrick fan. I would take him now.
Real Madrid are happy for a loan with an obligation, so I would take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'll take that now. I just don't want us doing, all our business on transfer day itself. I'd rather let's act on that now, for example.
Well, it's looking like it at the moment with 2 weeks left, and we're still nowhere near Yeah, when they bring
Exactly.
in.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like
I don't
Citizen
know if, I
was
don't know if it
saying
covered
here.
yesterday. Sorry, mate, go on.
Sorry?
I was just saying, I
No,
don't
you
know if it
go
was
on, man.
covered yesterday. I don't know if the Osherman links were out by that point, but what's your
Oh,
take on the Osherman link?
I haven't, to be honest, I haven't seen anything that's concrete. You see, for me, I've seen BBC Sport, and it was like it was just gossip. Now, when you see something, for me over the years, when you see something on BBC Sport and you see Arsenal made a bid or whatever, then you know it's for real. So BBC Sport for me is my reliable source, and I've been looking at that for the past 35 years. So
Yeah,
when I see gossip on BBC Sport, I'm like, nah, it's not, nah, I don't believe it. Even with journos nowadays, it's like, but the way Bobby delivered information is just something else. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know, especially with I know Endrick was on the radar. Osimhen was on our radar a few seasons back, wasn't he? So you
yeah.
know, but to be honest, as much as I like Victor Osimhen, I would rather get that left winger in first.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? I'd rather
We need that.
get a left winger in first. You know. So yeah,
Like, I think,
but
obviously, because Jesus is supposed to be going to Napoli, or is set to agree terms, club to club negotiations have been advancing. So you would have thought that Jesus would have then gone to Napoli. I would then move Martinelli as a striker or a centre forward, and then I would bring in a marquee left winger, and then have to Solis as
yeah.
actually back up left winger.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. You know what I mean? All as well. But just want to go into the comments here as well. Like Citizen K was saying, yeah, keep Martin on the bench with the potential that he'd be sold. Yeah, 100 other than that, man. Seriously. Big up to AFC 777. Big up Brenny Brizzy in chat. Now, big up to you, my guy. As always, thanks for tuning in, man. And thanks for your support as always. Yeah. And Citizen here was like, but of course, we will need to bring in someone ASAP. Yeah, we do indeed, but we do indeed. Definitely. You know, got a from Chris here. Arsenal are in a pickle in this game, in my opinion. I agree with resting players that gone to World Cup, but you also want players sharp for commentary game. It is going to be interesting one, definitely. It is indeed. It is indeed. If
Currently,
Burton manages,
say no. Spurs are currently losing to Hoffenheim 1-0.
oh, what friendly? Oh, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course it is. It's not Europe, is it? Because they're not in
no.
Europe. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
everything. No.
Dermatron's probably doing he's probably commentating on that on his channel, THFC till we die. Great channel though, great channel. It's a Spurs channel, but it's a great channel. If Burton manages to bring in an out left winger striker, yeah, and a right back, right centre back, I'll be happy. Yeah, you know what? You see, with the centre back, that takes me on to the centre back as well because, for me, I want a top quality centre back. I don't want. You're not going to get centre backs right now that are better than. I would say with Saliba, it's a shame he's out. It's a big blow. Um, I I thought he had a better World Cup than Gabriel. I think with Gabriel, it's like he needs Saliba, and Gabriel needs to show that he's the man. Whoever steps in to partner him today, because it would most likely be it could be it could be Mosquera, it could be Calafiori, but for me, there's also talk of not just Konsa, but there's talk of Jarrell Kwanzaa
Yeah,
coming in. I mean, would you take? I mean, for me, I don't mind Jarrell Kwanzaa. I'd rather take him in than Konsa, in my opinion. But if Konsa did, if he did sign for the Arsenal, I would support him, 100%. You know,
yeah.
what's your take on the centre back position in terms of getting another centre back in?
Yeah, no, we need it. We need another right back because obviously White's knees not the greatest, and he spent
Yeah.
quite a lot of last season out. So we, in theory, only have Timber, but Timber's obviously currently out injured. So Ben White is obviously just the only real person that we can pay right back. Obviously, Mascara's had a bit of a dabble in that position. I'd rather keep him over centre back and then get someone in like a Quintonsa. I think out of the two positions, I think the right back is probably the most crucial because we've got obviously Calafiori, Hikape, Gabriel, Mascara all can play centre back. So we're kind of happy with that. Well, I'm happy. We're kind of covered in that aspect, whereas the right back is the issue. And if McAlpin had a back three, would be fine. But unfortunately, he doesn't. So we need a right back. That's the most crucial. So I would take Quincy over Collins.
I agree. Yeah.
But I do think you could probably easily go in for a Fresneda for 30 million.
I'll take him.
We've been linked for him for how many seasons? We like him. We've scouted him.
I know.
On him. And for whatever reason, we're not pulling the trigger. I get it, the whole sporting with Kukure's situation, but ultimately, at the day, if you drop 30 million on that table, they're going to sell.
Exactly. You see Brezzy, right? With Fresneda, I bought him years ago when he was like a teenager on Football Manager. I can't believe that was around the time we were interested in him. I thought, let me get him to see what he's about. And he did well for me.
I'm going to butcher his name because I can't pronounce it, but Arda Güler from Madrid. I mean, I liked him when he was at Fenerbahce. He was quality. I liked him. And then I wanted him to sign for Arsenal, but obviously he went to Real Madrid. And even now, I'm still saying, let's go and try and put an offer in. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, Citizen here was saying, like, potentially Osimhen half the price of Alvarez, allegedly. Hulk green flagged that all day long. Yeah. I mean, again, me. Go on, Brizzy. Go on, have you say.
Well, all I'm saying is this: yes, we can go and get a half price for an Osimhen, but ultimately we still need that left. Alvarez can play the left, which is my crucial part. Which, if I was if it was me, I'd break the bank for Alvarez. If we had someone that could play that, I know that Eze can play left, but I prefer him more sat behind as a 10 than I do him as a left.
Same here.
So that's who I would go for. I would go for Alvarez. If we can then do Alvarez and an Osimhen, then absolutely amazing. But if it was one or the other, I would do Alvarez because he can do left and cam and striker. And we all know that
it'd be perfect.
Yeah, we all know Mikel likes the versatile player. So
yeah, exactly. And that's one thing about Arteta I do like his versatility. But Kwanzaa over Konsa, Villa's valuation is nonsense. Well, yeah, tell me about it. Kwanzaa and Konsa can play both right back, and they can. They can indeed.
Yeah,
can indeed. You know what
I
mean?
But I think Konsa's more of a natural centre back than Quint, so he looks comfortable at right back, especially when he was playing with England. So that's the reason why I would choose Quint over Konsa. But if we get one of them in, we'll have to put the Arsenal shirt on. I'll back you.
Yeah, exactly that. Konsa's a better ball carrier. Fresneda's decent. Koundé would be great too. I'd love Koundé. I would take Koundé. Both been linked in the past. I mean, I'd go in. But I'd go in with to go to the new camp with my big chest, man. Like saying, this champions. This we are champions chest, and we are the Arsenal. And I'd be like, right, Koundé.
I know this is going to go to
your price
slightly, but surely you'd think that for Alvarez, we go to them and go, look, we're in the Champions League final. We're going to pay you 120 million for Atletico. We're going to give you £250,000 a week's wages. Come to the Arsenal. Yes, you want Barcelona, but Barcelona are not financially theirs to get you. We are. We were in the Champions League final. You've got a better chance of winning the Champions League with us. Surely you go as a player who wants to win the highest honours. You go, okay, I'll move to North London.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're just happy play for Atletico and just collect a paycheck.
Yeah. Chiefs say Alvarez can play long front line, whereas Osimhen is an out and out number 9. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That would work. I'll tell you what, man. We can get these players, man. I will say hands down, swear down, we'll win the league this season if we can get these additions. You know what I mean? Because not worried about us defensively or in midfield, whatever. But yeah, it's just these kinds of attacking players. They would help us. They could even help us go one better in the Champions League, for example. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but this is where we're at really with that. So yeah, so your Arsenal lineup for today. I mean, I haven't. To be honest, I haven't even picked an 11 yet. I mean, so what was your 11 for today, Brezzy?
Okay, so it's a little bit out there. So no, I won't say out there, but it's just
Hey,
there's a few
this
players
is your
playing
this is your team, man. This is your team. Go.
just because obviously with Saliba being out, obviously Rice, Saka, Timber. So I've gone with obviously Rice, obviously the striker. Rice the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
White is right back. Hikape centre back along with Gabriel.
Yeah.
I like Mascara. I think he's a great player, but I just think with it being City, I want a bit of nasty in there, and Gabriel and Hikape are a bit of nasty. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Calafiore on the left, obviously
Yep.
Bruno G in the middle. I put Subi in there because he didn't get a lot of minutes for Spain. So I don't think he's gonna have an issue.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Madu AK on the right, Odegaard obviously that's the 10. Solid actually the left, and obviously the main man up front is Cucurella.
Okay. Yeah, my one. I've actually got my one in my head. For me, it would be Ryan goal. I'd go with Ben White. I'd go Mosquera. I want to go Mosquera because I think he's what I like about him as well is that he's had for a young centre back, he's had 2 seasons playing regularly for Valencia and La Liga. I know it's a different league, you know what I mean. But I'd go with that, and then my left back would be Hincapié. My midfield would be Marzu Skelly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Marzu Skelly in a 6. Bruno G in an 8. My number 10 would be Ethan Waneri, but I just want Ethan to just hold it down. You know what I mean? I just want him to just be cool and calm. I know he and Arteta don't get along, but you know what I mean. Just want him to show what he can do, and he's a proven player. He didn't get a chance last season. Well, he went out on loan. His loan, wasn't a great loan. And then, he had a few good games, didn't he, Marseille? And then the season before, he tore it up. On my right side, it'd be Max Dowman. On my left, it'd be Solis, and it'd be Gyökeres up front. That would be mine.
Okay.
That would be mine. You know what I mean?
Very youth oriented.
So yeah, and I've got to say, big up to all those that's locked in this here, man, from the Shane raid. Big up to you, Shane Guna. You're absolute legend. And Citizen was saying here, like Alvarez is much more versatile. He can play on the left, right, as a number 9, false 9, or even in number 10. So the versatility makes sense. It does. And even if the manager does like versatility, the thing is, knowing our luck, we probably won't even get him. You know what I mean?
Well, no. I mean, just look out our window. We've seen since the Bruno G deal kind of went over the line, we've kind of hold the brakes, and it's just kind of been like there's links out there, but it's not. It's for me, it's quiet, especially if it's 2 weeks under the window, and we've got 5 positions that needs filling, like desperately.
Yeah.
Hey, I get everyone saying that we need to sell first, but Martinelli easy can go for 60 mil to Turkey. If Subi wants to go to Madrid, thank you. We'll take 80 million for him. Thank you very much. So there's players that we can sell. Jesus 20 million to Inter. That's already what 150, 160 mil just from 3 players to sell.
And that's the thing. That's the thing because and the thing is though, are they going to go? Do they want to go? And that's what I mean. And that's what gets me. But you know what? As well, if you think about it, right? 25-man squad, yeah. It's a 25-man squad. Now, if you look at Max Dowman, Marzu Skelly, Ethan.
Salmon.
Have I missed out anyone else? Marley Salmon. Yeah, that's 4. Harriman and Noose, that's 5.
The guy that played.
You don't have to include them. Yeah, no. Exactly. You don't have to include them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to include them in the 25. So you can still get in players. I'm sure we've got the money for it. Still getting players because whatever sales Arsenal make, it's not going to be an incredible sale. And what gets me as well is the fact with Martin Odegaard is that I'm sorry, Martin Odegaard for me hasn't turned up for 2 years. And if we had the Martin Odegaard from 3 years ago, trust me, there'd be a plethora, there'd be a whole heap of clubs coming in for him. In my opinion, there'd be a whole heap of clubs, and you could get him for a reasonable wedge. But no, I don't see anyone coming in for him right now. And what I mean, I'm just talking about in terms of freeing up space, freeing up wages. But like we just said there, if you bring in these additions, right? Surely we haven't made up. We wouldn't make up 25 players because we got the young players as well to consider. So it's
But even if it's like Alvarez, we can easily go and get Yildiz from Juventus. I know they said, he's not for sale, but you go and drop 100 million down for him, I guarantee you. Or even Arda Güler, he can play left and center, left and attacking mid and right wing. So, again, it's a versatile there. Easy go get a loan with an obligation. Same with Hendrick. There's 2 players that fills 2 positions.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's because for me, it's the norm now. You got players that you got. I just find with now when it comes to 100, spending 100 million on a player or 110, 120. To be honest, you're going to get players that are top quality that aren't worth that. But it's just the way. It's just the way of the world now. We're not. This isn't 1992. You know what I mean? So we just have to go with the times. Hey,
I think it's because they splashed out 75 million on Pepe, and some people will class it as a flop. Some people will class it as a good signing, depending on which way you sit on the fence. But I think for them, 75 million on Pepe, where they feel like that wasn't a particularly good bit of business. Now they're honestly scared, but now they're very concerned or very reluctant to spend the high amount unless it's a guarantee. They spent 100 million or 105 million on Rice, but he was West Ham's captain, Prem proven. He done well, obviously, coming through the ranks with West Ham, natural leader. So they was happy to. But then when they go, we're going to get someone from Europe, they're like, Pepe. And so those alarm bells. I think that is what's causing most of our issues.
Yeah, exactly. But Brizzy, man, let me just get back into the chat as well. But so Citizens line up for today. So you got Ryan, White, Mosquera, Gabby, Hincapié, Rice. You'd have Rice back. Okay, cool. Bruno, Odegaard, Solis, Gyökeres, and Dowman. So that would be his 11. I mean, and you know what? It's probably close to that as well, to be honest. I'm sure the manager would have that. And Alvarez already stated. Yeah. So big up to you, Jimbo.
I was just going to say, I do hope that Mikhail does keep Salmon, Nawari, and Dowman all in the squad for the season, because I think just from the pre-season they've shown that they've got the quality. They just need the game time and the exposure to get the confidence. Once they get that, I think we're going to have a very, very good 3 or 4 academy players on our hands.
Yeah, 100. But let me just I'll just finish with the comments as well,
Here's some.
and big up to those who have tuned in. Big up to you, Jimbo. Absolutely big up to you, man. Enough respect. Alvarez has already stated that he will not come back to UK after his experience with Chelsea a few years back. Yeah, I didn't think about that. You know what I mean?
Think of the orders.
Didn't think about that at all. Yeah, I mean, and I do like Alvarez as well, but yeah, I forgot all about that. You know, the Chelsea thing. But then again, when certain players do go to Chelsea, man, wow, big up to this guy, man, Kyle Walsh. How are you, my guy? How are you, man? Gooderade, big up to you, man. Oh, this guy, man, I've been following this guy for years, man. Always talk sense, man. Always, you know what I mean. He's the real deal, man. You know what I mean. And subscribe to all these lot in the chat, man. Big up to them, you know what I mean. And pleasure sharing a screen with you a few weeks ago, my guy. And listen, hey, thank you very much, man. Enough respect for that, man. I really appreciate that. You know, big up to you, Carl. You know
So breaking news: David Ornstein just says that Aston Villa have agreed 30 million deal for Panama keeper Zion Suzuki.
Okay.
On a 5-year deal.
I'm good. Wow. I'm good, my guy. I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, life is good at the moment, Carl. Cannot complain. You know what I mean? Cannot complain. Yeah. Citizens here saying that Zubi can go. No hard feelings, disrespect. Moreover, I think he's homesick. Reminiscent of the late, great Antonio Reyes. Yeah, great player. Just could get Premier League way of life. And that's the thing with Reyes, because I thought 2004, 2005, I thought he was absolute dynamite. You know, he really was. The season he had, the way he started, yeah, he was a player. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just rest in peace, man. That guy was an absolute baller. He really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimbo. Yeah, exactly, Jimbo. Those are the prices nowadays. We got to get with it. You know, I know we're a club that prides ourselves when it comes to how much we spend and how we spend, but got to get with the times, man. Got to get with the times. I mean, I can remember back in the day when a Mars bar used to cost 12p. It's not going to cost 12p now, it's not going to cost 12p now, is it? You know what I'm saying?
It's like a pound now, isn't it? £8 depending on which one you go for.
Oh, that's ridiculous, man. But hey, you know, if you want a Mars bar, you got to go get it. You can't exactly say, yeah, can you listen?
I'll give you 20p for it.
See in it, 60 pence off, yeah? 60 pence off, yeah? All right, mate, all right, no problem. No, it's not happening, man. Jeez. Not happening at all. Man, that Nico Pepe business was an absolute joke, especially based on the back of one breakout season. Should have got his countryman Zaha. Yeah, Emery was done dirty. You know what I mean? He was. Yeah, he was. And you know what? Pepe for me is a better player now than he ever was. He looked good at the World Cup with the Ivory Coast. Didn't see much of him Villarreal season, but then when Villarreal came to us a year ago in that friendly, and that was only like what, second or third time I've seen him, and he played well that day, even though it was a friendly. He played well. Even when he scored, he didn't celebrate or nothing. He still has that love and respect for the Arsenal, and that's a thing that, you know, a lot of Arsenal fans out there should understand. You know what I mean? He's still got that love. When a player that a lot of fans booed, didn't like, left the club, you know, gives you that respect, gives the fans that respect. Don't boo his face or cuss him off. You know what I mean? That's just me, though.
Different. Did you see the Chelsea fans with Enzo?
No.
They were booing him. Every touch that he was taking, they were booing.
Oh well. Yeah, you know what I mean? But Pepe had a different attitude though, didn't he? And he just wanted to play. I mean, it was like myself and brother Damos. Big up to Damos. He's probably watching. You know, me and him were always big Pepe fans, and we felt he should have been given more of a chance, but is what it is. You know, we move on. Big up to Static from the Shane Gooneray. Big up to you, Static. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. You know, hold a sec. Jimbo. Yeah, I wish you Gunners all the best today, but please remember it's not a final. Exactly. It's not a final. No. And you know what it is as well, Brezzy? It's like there's been times where I've over the years, I don't know if you've ever heard this, right? But I've heard some fans over the years say that Community Shield is more important than the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. I'm like, get out of here, man.
No. FA Cups
Get out
and
of here.
Carabao Cups are their actual cups. Don't get me wrong, it's the Community Shield, and it sets
Yeah.
your season up great. But if you
Yeah.
said to me, would you rather lose the Community Shield but you win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup? I would lose the Community Shield and take the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And also with the League Cup, you see, for me, like, and I know quite a few fans in here as well. You know, we're a lot of us old school fans, even the younger generation. There's a few, right? I take all the cup competitions seriously, all of them. The 2 League Cup wins we had still mean a lot to me. You know what I mean? To one of them, I went to semi-finals. I went to semi-final in '93 against Palace. I couldn't get a ticket for the final, and yeah, they mean a hell of a lot. Never dismiss that. I never dismiss the FA Cup. So yeah, it's you know, at the end of the day, trophy's a trophy. And then you know what, people, and I always say this all the time, right? You got to think about the players, because there's players out there, not just at Arsenal, players out there who will never win a league title. But if they win 3 FA Cups and 2 League Cups, that's something they can still tell the grandchildren about. Let's have a think about that, yeah?
100%.
You know what I mean? That's what we should do.
Silverware.
You know?
Simple as that. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. You know what I mean? 15 likes and subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, if you could just smash the likes, man. Appreciate that. Big time. Yeah. Really, I hope to hook up with you on this. Hey, anytime. You are welcome, Carl Walsh. Anytime. I'll have to yeah, I know you're on Instagram, and I think I've got you on Instagram as well. We'll definitely chat. Yeah. We'll definitely chat. Always up for that. You know you're welcome on it. Anyone's welcome on it. Big up to you. It says static. Big up, bro, from Kyle. Yeah. Well, Enzo has learned the lesson of not slagging off the country. Exactly. And that's the thing. That is the thing.
He wants Madrid, don't he? So he goes to Madrid. Rodri goes to Barca. All sorted.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You don't do that. Yeah.
No.
I'm just going to see recently on Instagram. Between Static and Kyle. Big up to you guys, man. Big up to you guys. Right. 100%. Yeah, totally agree, Benny. If the cup, especially with domestic cup comps, hold more meaning to a certain generation. Yeah, certain generation. Yeah, Gen 8, exactly that. It's like the Premier League and the league title. Premier League and the Champions League only matters. Nah, man. You got to be greedy, man. You got to, you know, all 4. But like I said already, you know, you've got to. I mean, I'll give you an example, right? And I use this all the time, yeah, right? Kenny Sansom, right? Big example. Kenny Sansom, for me, legendary Arsenal player. He was immense for England, one of the greatest left backs, and for him, he only ever won, and he played for Palace as well. But I think he played for QPR and Newcastle. But at Arsenal's where he had success, and that was in the League Cup, the Littlewoods Cup in 1987. And if you think of all that he's been through, right? He's been through a lot, and I'm glad he's okay now. Big up to Kenny Sansom, right? That was his only medal, but I tell you what, it meant a hell of a lot. He probably was one of the greatest left backs who have never won a league title. But that meant the world to him. You know what I mean? That it really did.
Thing is, though, the careers now are not long; they're short, and they need to win as much as they can in the short time they've got. I mean, obviously, apart from like Ronaldo and Messi, who have gone into like their 40s, but most players tend to go to 33, 34, 35.
Yeah, and you know what? And well, it's almost 1 o'clock. Okay, Right. And you know something? This is just before static. Put it up. This is just what I was about to ask you as well.
Yeah.
Predict your prediction for today's game.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay. 2-1 Arsenal. All right. Whew. It's tough because obviously don't really don't know the lineup or haven't got an indication of what the lineup's going to be.
I've got
So,
I've got a predicted if that helps, but I can tell you after your prediction.
all right, my prediction. You're going to laugh. My prediction will be 2-2, and we sneak it on penalties. Probably win a penalty shootout, maybe 4-3, because I think both defenses will be suspect today for some reason. So I'm going with that. I'm
Okay.
going with that. It'll go to pens. I know there's no. It'll be 90 minutes and then pens. So yeah.
Okay. So according to the prediction, it's going to be Raya, White, Mascara, Gabriel, Calafiori, Odegaard, Ronagy, Lewis Skelly, Madueke, Kukurez, and Tosolis.
Yeah, that's not far off from G's team, is it? Really,
No.
not far off Citizens' team. Yeah, no, 100%, Carl. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's the thing. We know it meant the world to him, but some of these young Gen fans don't know about Kenny Sansom. Well, want to talk about Kenny Sansom. Have never heard of Kenny Sansom. You could tell him that he was a former Arsenal captain before Tony Adams, and they'd be like, what? Huh? Oh, that's in the past, man. We want to talk about 30 years ago. Well, what we just achieved in 20 last season, these young gens will still talk about it 30 years from now. And there's nothing wrong with talking about it 30 years from now. That is what you call history. History is
100%.
something you can talk about any time. You know, it's almost 100 years since we first won the FA Cup. You know what I mean? It's almost 101. It'd be in 101 years. Well, not 101 years, but it'd be almost 100 years since we won our first league title in 1931. History. It's important, man. It's important. Learn your history, youngsters. Know your Arsenal history.
100%.
You know what I mean? Got to be done. So yeah. Right. So Citizen thinks we'll go to pens. Arsenal win 5-3 on penalties. No, 100% though. You know what I'm saying, my brother. Yeah, you know us, man. You know how we always think. We've always thought alike, haven't we, for the last over 40 years, bro? T1 City. Yeah, I can see that as well. You know what I mean? I can see that as well because I know we haven't been great in pre-season, but I know we'll be stronger today. But wouldn't shock me if it was that. Just as long as we don't lose on the opening day of the season. Yeah, Samson was a great player. Exactly. Shame did not win more, Jimbo. Loved him playing for both Arsenal and England. And you're not even Arsenal. Yeah, you know what I mean? But you see it there. Oh, he made defending look so easy, you know. But I didn't like the way George Graham did him though. Don't get me wrong. Tony Adams is a legendary captain. He's you know, my favourite centre half. But yeah, didn't like that. It was more or less like saying, well, you know what? I've got Nigel Winterburn here, and yeah, you're going to be surplus to requirements. But yeah, he was a great player. And like I said, I'm just glad he's doing all right now. Right to eat here on the day. Yeah, yeah, I could go with that. You know what I mean? But listen, Brezzy, man,
Yep.
big up to you, man. Big up to you. And thank you for coming on.
It's
I
all
know
right.
it was I was supposed to have been on earlier, but these must when you're busy like last night out and about, and then you know, don't get me wrong, didn't get hammered or nothing like that. But yeah, man, I thought you know what I'm saying. I thought I still had to do this today. You know what I
A
mean?
bit too much daughter.
And it's just good to be back on. And yeah, further out Samson. Yeah, Arsenal legend. Exactly that. Shame one more. Shame about his troubles, but I hear he's been doing a lot better in recent years. So yeah, big up to Kenny, man. You know what I mean? So yeah. So Brizzy, man. Apart from on here, where can they find you, man? You got anything lined up or?
No, just going to be a main guy in here, I think.
Oh, listen, man, he could be the main guy. He could be one of the main guys on here all season, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I said, anyone's welcome. Anyone's welcome to the show. Everyone's welcome to my channel.
I
You know what I mean?
appreciate
And big up to this guy. Big up this guy as well. As always, welcome. He was on yesterday with us. Big up to Quadra. Yeah, 16 likes so far. Yeah, smash those likes, please. Keep smashing them, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate that. Appreciate your support as well. Big up, Renee's. And the chat. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you, Quadra. Just before we Quadra, just before we go, put in your score prediction, my guy. Put in your score prediction before we go. Long slide, but keep on keeping on. Jimbo, love, man. Thank you very much, yeah. And we'll definitely catch up soon, yeah. I'm sure I've subscribed to you, I'm sure, but I will look anyway. But if I haven't, then I will subscribe to you. Thank you, my guy. Big up, man. Big up. I mean, much love and respect, fellas. Enjoy the rest of the day up, guys. Yeah, and to you as well, man. I'll contact you later on, citizen. Big up, man. Big up, big up, big up. You know. So yeah. So yes. Well, listen. It's been a really good hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We covered as much as we could as well, especially with the new players as well, you know what I mean? And big up to the raid from Sean. Appreciate that. Big up to all of you, the chat. And listen, much love, yeah. Enjoy the friendly today. Enjoy it today. You know what I mean? And yeah, and let's just, if we can get this win as well, just set ourselves up for Friday's game, which is even bigger. So come on, you Gunners, man, and all the best, yeah. Have a blessed Sunday, yeah. Take care.